Hi everyone, this is Zorina, Business with Meaning trainer and speaker. I have a lovely lady to introduce to you today. I'm here with Işılay Çabuk. Hello Işılay, welcome.
Hi Zorina, thank you so much. Işılay.
Işılay, oh my God.
I know we're going to have that, yes.
I should have trained a few times. Yeah, so you have a really interesting story to tell, and I think you're right on time for everybody who is, I mean, I don't want to say that it's the doom and gloom is approaching, but everybody who might be worried about their jobs in the near future, you're an example of how you can hop between jobs and still survive and even thrive. So I'm just briefly going to tell your story, and then maybe you jump in and tell us a bit more. But what I know about you is that you were a nurse for quite some time, and then out of nowhere, you decided to move from Istanbul to New York and start a career in finance. Or you studied first, and then you started a career in finance.
Yes.
You were quite successful, I believe, in a big accounting company.
It's a financial information company, multinational financial information company.
Right. And now you're doing leadership coaching.
Correct. Correct.
Tell us more.
Yes, yes. So right now, Zorina, first of all, thank you so much for having me after all these technical difficulties we had at the very beginning. I'm so happy to be with you, having this conversation with you. I am an executive leadership and personal growth coach. And what is interesting about this, that I realize I was a coach for all my life. I am a certified ACC, and the clients I work with, I am very lucky. I get to work with powerful, successful people who have high integrity and ethics, who think about the legacy they will leave behind. And the reason they come to me, the reason we have the coaching engagement, is either these clients have a challenge in front of them, a new goal, an intention, or a challenge or an intention, basically. Challenge would be, let's say, they want to get better in communicating. It could be maybe life-work balance they're seeking, or a new leadership role they acquired. So those would be the challenges. And the intentions or the desires would be, let's say, competing with a new role or expanding their businesses. So those are the clients I get to work together. I am extremely lucky. And as a coach, of course, learning never stops for me. On the side of my coaching, I serve on the board of International Coaching Federation as the treasurer, which is, you know, my finance background helps me. Yeah. And also, I serve as a teacher's assistant at a coaching school. So I'm always, because I believe in coaching, with my treasurer role, I support the community this way, the coaching community. And for education part of it, I'm always in the learning mode. So I serve as a teacher's assistant. And as you said, before my coaching, I had a finance degree, 15 years of Wall Street experience. And before that, nursing, 5 years of nursing experience. So that's my story.
The emotional caring nature that you carry with you in your coaching profession, I suppose.
Exactly. You know, it is, when I look at it, when I tell people, for instance, I was a nurse and then I became a financial professional, and people are like, wow, two very different areas. But when I look back, it was preparing me for a coaching profession. Mm-hmm. nursing gives me the critical thinking, fast moving, whereas finance gives me the business acumen. So they were both preparing me for this coaching profession, basically.
And so, and from your experience with these high flight people, what is the ratio of people who are looking for your services for personal development and those who are looking for your services for leadership? Or is it linked?
I love that question. So my coaching business is called Executive Leadership and Personal Growth Coach, because it is never the one side of you we deal. There's only one Zorina. And when you come into coaching, whatever the challenges you bring into the conversation, at that moment, we deal with that. So it is a holistic approach. People usually come to me, you know, business leaders and entrepreneurs, but it always has the whole picture of the person, basically. Executive leadership and personal growth.
So what is the, if you could give us an example of a recent interesting breakthrough that you had with one of your clients, of course, keeping it anonymous if that's possible. Is there something interesting that you could share?
Absolutely. So I was referred to wonderful professional when she came to me. The reason she was referred, because she was extremely smart, very hardworking, high-performing person. But whenever there is a promotion, she was being skipped. That's how she came to me. And the idea she had in her mind was, I'm an executive leadership coach. Couple conversations we had during the engagement, she came in and she said, I feel bad because right now I'm not talking about my work at all. It's all about my personal life. She had challenges in her personal life that she needed to take care. And I said the same thing to her. There's only one of you. And if this is the challenge right now, we're going to work on that. So we worked together over a year. And just beginning of this year, she was competing with two other people, two males. And she wasn't very hopeful, saying that, you know, I'm not going to probably get this. And we kept working. One day she texted me and she said, you're not going to believe this. I got the job.
Wow.
It was amazing and an incredible increase in her salary. During this time of Corona, where we talk about economic downturn, job losses, this person was able to get to a role that she was going to be perfect. She was cut for that role, and she got it.
Awesome. And you don't assign it to pure luck, right? You trained her well.
Absolutely no. Absolutely no. You know, sometimes when my clients come to me, they say, up to now, I was lucky, this happened, that happened. And I always say, let's just make it clear what luck is. Luck is your preparation meeting the opportunity base. If this is the opportunity right here, and you come here, you're prepared, that's where you meet. And most people think it's luck. It's actually not so much luck. It's how you make it.
Beautiful. I love that definition and the way you explained it. So what would you say? Well, the first, I mean, there's a lot of things to say, but what is one thing that you would say somebody who's worried about their job, somebody at a leadership position, apart from contacting you, what else can they do immediately to ensure that they're going to be fine, whatever they choose or whatever comes to them?
Yeah. So, you know, first of all, it is extremely important to know what you want. What is your intention? As a leader, you want to communicate better. You want to delegate better. You might be perfectionist, which is a wonderful quality to have, but sometimes our strengths can turn into our weaknesses if we overdo them. So what is your intention? And then looking into today, where you are, and in between where you want to be and where you are, looking into realistically what you need to get there. Is it the skills you need to acquire? Is it the mindset you need to change? Is it the belief system you need to alter? And after looking into those, deliberately working on it and knowing that setbacks will happen. As life happens, setbacks will happen. And what do you do with those setbacks? Having the ability of looking at them as learning experiences, taking what you learn from that setback and get up again and do deliberately.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. And Isilay, one of the things that you mentioned now was changing or observing your and trying to alter your belief system. But this is more in the realm of transformational psychology. Do you also train people to be able to deal with negative beliefs?
Now, when it comes to beliefs, first of all, during my conversations, what I am doing is helping my client to become aware of that. That's the first step. Because without becoming aware of something, there's no way we can change it.
Yeah.
Right? So becoming aware of it, and then what do we do with that awareness? Because if we just become aware and sit on it, nothing will happen. After that awareness, you need to take some actions in order to make that change. An example, I've had a client, for instance, when she came to me, she said it was her work and life balance. Yeah. I am in the office very long hours. I stay in the office. So we're having the conversation. Why are you staying in the office for such a long time? Well, because I need to hold my people's hands, because I care about my people. I want them to be successful. More and more we go into conversation, it turns out that yes, she cares about her people. Yes, she is a leader with good intentions, but she doesn't trust her people to do what is necessary. So she didn't trust her people that they can do it. And it was an aha moment for her. Yeah. She was like, I cannot believe I did not trust my people. I always thought I trust my people. So then that awareness, now she's aware that she's not trusting. Also, most of the time, these leaders are very high performing and they are perfectionist, right? So the perfectionism has its dark side. She says, I want it to be perfect, and I'm going to hold my people's hands so they can do this job for perfect. But if you don't let them be, if you don't trust them that they can do it, they will never grow. And as a leader, your job is, of course, make your people grow so you can grow. So with that awareness, she started delegating more to her people. She freed her time. She was able to go home on a decent time and come back to work with a better mind, more productivity, positive environment.
Beautiful. And just another question popped up again in terms of comparison of how many people in general, out of the total, contact you because of an underlying personal issue rather than a professional one? Do you find that they're actually more personal issues?
You know, personal issues always comes up.
Mm-hmm.
In every conversation I've had till now, it always comes up. Meaning, for instance, I've coached an amazing person again, extremely high performing, a very successful career. And now he says, I want to move into a different area.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he came in for. But more and more he understands, now this goes into personal, his children was growing, 9-year and 11-year-old. Then he says, this new area I want to go in will require me to stay longer hours, but I want to be with my children because a couple of years later, they're going to go away. And here's the question. So what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do you want to take that job and stay away from your kids? Or right now, you want to take something else, again, which will align with you, but also you will be able to spend time with your children. So it's always, that's why it's never one side of the person we look at.
Yeah, of course.
At least me.
It's a holistic life. You're not only work, you're not only family. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Looking into, you know, when they come in with intentions, with challenges, the question is always how realistic that is and how ecologically possible, because it's not only about us that let me just go and be, but how about everyone else around us? Right. It is extremely important. So that's at the end, that's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Lovely. Thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
The stories as well. I'll put the links below to your profile. So if anybody who is about to change career, needs leadership coaching, personal growth coaching, they can contact you.
Absolutely. You know, it is the reason I went into coaching, Zorina, I just wanted to mention this to you. I always knew that I love seeing people grow, achieve what they want, and also having the courage to step up for that change, because everyone has that courage, but what is holding us back? So I was, this is, I believe, 2010. I was down in Wall Street and just finished a project which lasted 2 years. After project was done, I was done too. I was burnt out. Mm-hmm. It is, I did not want to be there anymore. The project was successful, but 2 years of really hard work. Mm-hmm. With that burnout feeling, I said, I'm going to move to another position. And during that time, when I was running that project, I was managing a group of analysts. So it was both sides of me. I was both doing an analytical work and managing other analysts. And my analysts were dealing with world markets. So it's a lot of conversation with other people, dealing with people. So with that burnout feeling, I took another role in the same company because I loved being in the company. It was just a role I didn't want to be in anymore. As soon as I moved to this new role, something was not feeling right in me. And I don't understand what it is. Couple weeks, 3 weeks, a month, I had to step back and I really look into what it is that I am not feeling right with this position. Same company, dealing with numbers. And I realized that the role I was in was missing the human factor. Mm-hmm. I was not dealing with human much in that role. It was only my computer and me. And then I started thinking, okay, I'm not going to stay here. And I'm not going to go to another company. What can I do with this great two education I have, the finance and nursing? How can I combine them, create a business that at the end, I will feel good, I will do what I know best, and I will enjoy it. I come up with a couple ideas, and then looking into them, I said, no, not this one, no, not that one. When I came to coaching, I said, this is it. Without thinking, I went into coaching and I started my coaching education. So it is really important to know what you want, and with that, bringing that courage out and going for it. So,
and
that's
we close this beautiful conversation, Işılay.
yes, yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Işılay Çabuk.
Yes, yes, thank you, Zorina. Thank you for having me.